Hello, thank you for joining us. You're welcome to IP Catch Up, and my name is Juliana Imam. So, on IP Catch Up, we interview different people in the creative sector, the innovative sector, the SME space, the tech space, etc. So, we do this to find the intersection between law and the different sectors of the economy. And for today, we'll be interviewing someone who has really done her homework. And as someone who wears two caps, that's the legal cap and the creative cap, I can understand because I read her profile and she said that she used to dance at some point. So she was able to research more into that dance to find not just the creative side, but the balance between the creative and the legal and the business part of it. And so I'm excited to interview her today. I'll be sending her a request shortly and she'll be joining us. She's a legal practitioner and she's an intellectual property lawyer and an entertainment lawyer. And she'll be talking to us today about dance, law, and I'm excited because I know I'm going to learn something. And so I enjoin you to quickly get your friends who dance or just dance for free to learn one or two things that would help them in their dance journey. Hi, Mandy.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's so nice to see you, like to have an interview with you. So I
Thank you,
usually
Bob.
Thank you. So I usually see you online. I think the first time I noticed you, okay, so I think it was just like before the COVID period. You used to post a lot about entertainment law and all that. And I was like, okay. And then I started seeing your post and you used to be very creative about how you do your post. And so I noticed that you dance a lot. And then I read a particular post where, and so I read a particular post where you said that you used to dance, and so I don't know if that was how you got into like the entertainment law specialization and all that. But for me, I used to sing before, and I wanted to understand the law and the business of it, and that was how I got to my own area. So I see that you are a very expressive person, and I am excited to know that people who are expressive are very open to share knowledge and share it passionately. So I'm excited to be interviewing you today. You're welcome, Andy.
Thank you, Juliana. So, just to give a little, like a little confession. So, when I came out, like I branded myself and came out online as an entertainment lawyer, your videos, I don't know that I can remember, the old videos you made gave me a better insight into music publishing. Then you had this I think it reduced on those videos, but then videos used to be more like lecture videos and all that, and you had them posted. So I can remember then I'll go back to your profile and on your Instagram and I saved a lot of those videos. So I'm literally watching the videos and making notes. And as I'm
I
done
know.
making notes, I'm doing research, I'm asking other people for better understanding. Yeah. So when you reached out to me, I was like, oh, okay, all right, this is good.
Oh
So
my God, thank you.
about thank you about getting into the entertainment industry. I got into the industry out of default, like say as an undergraduate. I used to be a blogger when I was in uni from my third
Okay.
year. So then from general blogging, focus more on events, music blogging. Then I started handling PR for some record labels back then. And through my undergraduate days, I danced first stage 40. Then my final year, I stopped because I needed to graduate. I didn't want anything to hold me back from graduating from uni. So that's when I now, since then, I've not really done anything dance on a professional level. So the whole being a blogger and PR put me into the industry, first of all, as a neutral person and someone that's interested in the industry, as someone that works in the industry. So when I was called to buy it was natural to continue in that
Yeah.
line. That was something on a normal day, I'm not, like to say, I'm not like your everyday lawyer. So, the whole big law grammar, litigation is not my thing at all. So this is the best way I can infuse what I like and what I actually studied in school, and just so thank God that there's something like entertainment law. Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, well, I think it has saved a lot of us because someone like me, I always knew that litigation, going to court and all that was not just for me. And immediately I finished school, I got married, I had kids, so I was at home and then I had to start studying and doing everything. But I will tell you something. When I was in secondary school, so I used to dance a lot. And then the songs that we used to dance then were not Christian songs. And my mom was like an SU, and she was a
Wow.
teacher. She was a teacher in my school. So I remember that in JS3, I told, then I was supposed to dance, and they invited my mom to come and watch the school gathering and all that. So I said a prayer to God. I was like, God, if you can allow me to just have this my final dance, I promise I will not dance again. And some knew that if she comes and she sees me, she will just kill me. So I prayed, and
Yeah.
somehow she did come, and that was how I danced. That's my final dance. And after that, I
Yeah.
just music and all that. But my brother used to dance. By the time he got to university, my mom was like that he should focus on
I don't know
something.
why parents are always against dancing.
Yes,
I know I fought parents for a long time about, like, I fought back and forth. So that's why my final year I felt that that was the most reasonable thing to do. Since that's not the line of profession I was going to pursue. So it's best to leave that and focus. Because if I mistakenly stayed back on extra year, hey, my parents would say that dance. That is the reason why I did not graduate. Just switch on
yes,
it. So I just had to drop that and focus on
on
finishing school, going to law school, and yeah.
school, yeah. Okay, yeah. So thank you so much for coming. And we're going to be going into like the serious parts, which is like the business and the legal parts, because I'm actually wondering, even though I do entertainment law, but I have not really looked into dance so much. But I know I hear about trademarking some dance steps and all that, but I don't know if that is applicable in Nigeria. And I was like, I don't know about this, and I'm not really ready to go into this. So I'm excited for this interview, and I'm going to ask you questions. So get ready.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so
Anyone
let
I
me read.
don't know, I'll say I don't know this.
I'm telling you, I have to tell people that thing. No, I say God.
Lord David said, God forbid, shall I know all the law? Anyone I don't know, I don't know. We'll research it and find out. I'll tell you later.
All right. Mandy, for short, is an entertainment lawyer, creative business consultant. She's an award-winning author of Let's Dance. She's an educator and a seasoned legal consultant at Goldwicks Consult. She's a public speaker, legal YouTuber, and founder of Dear Creator, a creative business and legal podcast covering legal issues affecting the creative and entertainment industry. She's a public speaker and an educator. She has educated and spoken at many conferences and events directed at educating and enlightening entertainers, creative and entrepreneurs on the protection of intellectual property rights and entertainment business. She drives conversations through her weekly online posts, events, and media talks, as well as her YouTube channel on various aspects of law, ranging from entertainment law, industrial design, trademark, copyright, patents, and entertainment business. She holds a degree in law from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and was called to the bar in 2015. She's a legal executive at Company Life. So congratulations on that also. When I saw that, it was the end of last year, I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is amazing. Because I know that beyond doing your own stuff and having your practice, it's also good to be in a larger space to learn more and all that. So congratulations on that. Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah. All right. So what is, how does Dan fall into the space first?
Okay. So first of all, dance is a creative work. So although every dance step that we dance, nobody apart from those cultural dances that get to be passed down from generation to generation, there are still some people that sat down and created those cultural dance. And every dance steps we've seen in this present day, Azonto, leg work, everything, someone came up with it. And the issue about this is that most times people, when they come up with these dance steps, allow dance steps to get popularized first before they take steps to register it. And it's possible to register it. This is what we don't know. Initially, the weird thing is that copyright provision provided for that, but not for artistic work, not under cinematographic work, but under literary work. I don't know why. But in our Copyright Act in Nigeria, dance, choreographical works are under literary work. I don't know what they're doing there. But then it boils down to how you can register it. The main thing is that it's covered under the Copyright Act. Now, when you're registering it as a literary work, which means it has to be new, it has to be plenty, and then you have to put it in form of a dance notation, not just video. So it's a different thing if you're shooting a video and registering a video of a dance. But if you're registering the dance itself, there has to be a dance notation. You're more like describing how the dance steps are going to be about that and register it. So running back to, and then dance is registered, protected under copyright across the world, everywhere. So for example, in the US, I'm going to use US provision to explain the Nigerian other factors, things that we've had issues with down here, because it gives a better understanding to that and intellectual property and Nigerian Copyright Act laws. So in US, once you create a dance step, it's protected. But if you don't register it and the dance steps becomes popularized and everybody can dance it, it becomes a social dance. And once it becomes a social dance, you cannot register it again. So, for example, leg work, everybody's literally dancing it. So if we are in the US and we're trying to register leg work in the US, it won't be possible because it's social dance. So then what we used to do is either create a body of dance steps, so it's more like a choreographic work. So it's not just one dance step involved. It's maybe, for example, do you know this lady, Izzy Odige or something? She's a dancer in the UK. She did a short dance clip on, I think, this Wizkid and Burna Boy song from Wizkid's last album. So she did like a dance film. So something like that now. There are different dance steps that are popular within that choreography. But then coming together, it's now a different work, a brand new work that nobody has assimilated or put together in that particular way. If she wants to register it before she puts it online and make it available to everybody for dance, for teaching and everything, she can do that. But the moment it becomes social dance, you cannot register it. Or if the dance step you want to register, it's a very simple dance step, which is the issue that this guy from Fresh Prince of Ballet had.
Yes.
He registered the dance, no matter how much he kept, how many times he applied, they kept rejecting it because they're like, it was a dance, it was a very simple step. It was literally you waving your hand and your legs, and there's nothing technical about the dance step, so they didn't register it. So although it's possible to be protected, there are still certain things that they look at. You understand? But there's difference between dance and music when it comes to copyright. The music, whenever you want to register it, apart from the own office. But sorry, what? But dance steps, if you don't register it immediately, it becomes popular, you lose the ability to protect. Now we're talking about copyright. Still within the dance industry, which is whatever way it could be brand, it could be a catchphrase that people use, you can still register that. Then if you move over to merchandising, then you have the industrial design aspect of it, which can do registration. But then the basic thing, that part of copyright, a lot of people here in Nigeria don't know is possible. And then it affects even down to YouTube accumulation of royalties. If you make a dance video and post on YouTube, you as a dancer, you're not going to make money from that dance video, especially if you use a popular song. The person that will make money is the artist that sang the song, not you. That will make money from it. Do you understand? So there are certain things you can see, because no matter what, dance has moved from it being just fun and what you dance in a club or dance at party or dance at home to actually being a professional. So if I take this up as a serious business, I sit down. Some people are choreographers, some people are instructors, some people are just dancers. So if I'm a choreographer and I sat down and I put a particular body of work together that created dance steps, why shouldn't it be worth protecting the creative work as well? So it's provided for. Our provisions are still backwards when it comes to adequate protection of dance in Nigeria. But then it's still a way further. And I feel like if the dance community comes together to actually make a case, then it's possible for a proper inclusion. Because then, for example, in the US, before dance became properly protected, it used to be under um, dramatical works. So you cannot protect a dance step on its own, except if the dance step is performed in form of a drama. And you register it and it's protected as a dramatic work. So if they can move from that to actually having a provision or a protection as an artistic work, I think it's possible here in Nigeria. So just about time and whether we're actually interested in doing it or not.
Okay, perfect. Like I've actually learned a lot, and like I should be taking notes. But thank God I have the video, so I can get to it. But but it's good to know that it's that copyright act and that it's created under literary work. Maybe I've seen it, but I never really opened up my mind to it because I'm just like hearing it for the first time from you. Do we have case law to this here in Nigeria?
Do we have
Do we have any case law for this?
No. So just like people have not come to terms with the fact that they have something worth protecting, we actually don't have any. I don't think I heard when I was writing the book and I tried to do like some personal research, like in person. I heard that there was a point. I think Kathy or someone wanted to push through the case, but I don't know what they've reached out on that case. I know most cases we have outside the country. Okay, for example, you know of this game Fortnite. I don't know that you've heard about the Fortnite dance case. So Fortnite is a game, and then within the game, they accumulated some dance steps across, like different, including that ballet, Fresh Prince of Ballet guy, his dance steps. Even I think Azunto is there, and one other popular African dance step is used there. So some dancers or some choreographers that created those dance steps, when they realized that this gaming company were putting their dance steps, actually went to court. And I think one succeeded. That's when that Alfredo guy from Fresh Prince of Ballet tried registering his dance step again. It didn't work. But one succeeded, and that Fortnite case now is one of the legendary cases that when like you can find recently. Most cases are older cases, but in Nigeria, no case lawyers. I'm aware.
Wonderful. Okay, so let me also know about folk law and cultural expression. So I know that people know about copyright, trademarks, patents, industrial design, but there's also geographical indication. There's also traditional knowledge. There's also cultural expression, genetic resources, etc. So for folklore and cultural expression, most of these dance steps that are unique to a particular tribe or race and all that would as in fall under that. So where you see like Nigerians saying that this dance originated from us, and then you're seeing another country saying that this dance came from us and all that. Or you see people like Beyonce and some other celebrities putting all this traditional heritage in their dance moves and in their steps and all that. How how will the people who actually have this traditional knowledge, that's the real owners of this dance step, profit from it?
So I really don't know much about folklore protection and geographical indication. What I know is that when it comes to dance steps, there are certain, like I mentioned, certain dance steps that cannot be registered. So if it's a dance step that can trace a cultural background, a cultural backing, you cannot register it as an individual. Like I cannot come up to there and say Atilogo, it was me, or maybe because I put a particular new style to Atilogo, maybe I'm standing up to do it. It's not my own dance step. It has a cultural heritage. It has a background to it. So you cannot do that. So as much as these guys outside the country are popularizing the dance step, they cannot register it. They cannot properly called or legally called the owners. They cannot make financial gain, like they cannot financially gain from those dance steps. It's just like, for example, moonwalking. Most people think that Michael Jackson originated moonwalking, but no, he popularized it. Until tomorrow, it's not registered under Michael Jackson. He couldn't even register it because someone else created it and he just popularized it. So I will apply that when it comes to this, but I don't have much knowledge about folklore and cultural dance steps and all that, but I know you cannot register it or take up ownership as an individual.
Okay, because I think there's a particular section in the Copyright Act that addresses folklore and things that come from particular places. So I'm just thinking that for this celebrity to use those, will I call it, indigenous dance steps, those who have that community and that area should actually be able to profit from it, because normally when you look at geographical indication and the rest, when people use skills from a particular locality, they are supposed to pay a sum or a royalty to that particular place where the dance came from. So I think that's one other way where people that are the indigenous owners of different dances are losing out from monies that they can get. Because aside from the dance, people who produce drugs and all that, like all those herbalists in the village, those who have been able to codify their works and protect it, they have a way of charging people who are external, people that want to collect from it. So I think that's another thing that you can also look at. But I would also like to ask, for like music, you have like a collective society like PRS, BMI, and that takes royalties. And then for those in the film industry, do we have anything for dance across the world, not just in Nigeria? Do we have like a collective society for royalties for dance?
I don't think so. Now, when it comes to dance, dance is very sleepy. Unlike music, that even if you don't do a direct licensing of music, you can still gain. But dance, you can't do that. For example, like I said, it's hard for you to accumulate streaming numbers from dance because of that the artist. So what you can do is make yourself popular, sell your trade, probably get product placement on your YouTube channel and all that. Just make money as a creator on YouTube, not essentially putting out a work that is worth a streaming number or streaming well. So the thing with dance is if you don't take proper steps to register it, you cannot license it out. So for example, I talked about a dance step becoming a social dance step. So if a dance becomes that popular before you take steps to register, that means literally anybody. So right now, legwork has no professional or intellectual owner. So that means an artist in the UK can decide to go for Super Bowl and second legwork, and nobody is going to be paid. Licensing don't have to be taken from anybody. Nobody can even come up and say, "Oh my God, I'm the owner. I'm suing you for infringement, not taking license or permission from you." So that's how slippery that is because of the setup, because of the position, and because of the fact that this whole discussion about intellectual property and everything is still very new in the industry. Like, you know how we say the music industry, oh, legal structure, legal industry. There's no even legal structure in the dance industry. Do you understand? It's that sort. And to add to what you said earlier about the celebrities and the geographical indication payment and all that. Now, most of the people on those kind of scenarios, the people who are supposed to be, the people are supposed to hold responsible and not even the celebrities, but they're the choreographers that were in charge of that production. So just like the recent case that they had with coming to America too, where the stylist, where this guy, I think Ugo something, the Nigerian fashion designer, was calling out the production for replicating his his popular Ibuka traditional attire, that they used it in the movie production and all that. And then a lot of people are like, okay, so let's just say that you actually registered it under industrial design, is properly protected in Nigeria. The person you're supposed to hold responsible is not the person, is not the producers of the movie. It's the stylist in charge of putting together that piece. So most choreographers, because they don't understand this whole legal or intellectual property, or the fact that if you're going to put together choreography and you're going to borrow choreography from someone or dancer from someone who has permission and all that, they just feel it's a free work for them. So I can sit down and I watch YouTube for the next 10 minutes and I pick different dance steps and I just merge it together and I create a free body of work, and you go and dance it for this music video. Or oh my god, I visited Kenya this time and they made and they danced this. Oh my god, this was beautiful. It's been so wonderful for this production. It's actually thinking or discussing with an intellectual property lawyer. Does this have any repercussions? Will anything happen if this happens? Will I get to face any problem if I do this? So most of them then consider, they feel, which I don't blame them, like I said, is the way the industry is at the moment. They just feel it's a free world, it's a free flow, we're all having fun.
Wow. Actually, so I think that since you are the author of, let me say, the first dance book in Nigeria, because I've not seen another. Let me just assume, let me just safely assume, you might actually try to look into or work with people who are working on bills, policies, etc., so that these people can be protected more. And
probably the next regime, not this version, the next one will work on it, not this one. Not this one. Next one will
but you're doing quite a lot of sensitization, and you do it in a very, when I see what you're doing, I'm like, okay, let me lose weight first. But then I'm like, oh, let me go and pick up my own thing first. But you're like effortlessly and everything. So so I really commend what you're doing. And that thing, I don't even know if then I don't know if there is a trade union. Because I know that when people have like a trade union, they can set like not really things that are casted in stones, but at least they can say, okay, these are the minimum charges for choreographers, these are the minimum charges for this, for that, so that there can be a little standardization. So I don't know if there's something like that in Nigeria.
I'm not aware of something like that in Nigeria. Now, like I said, what I've noticed about the industry, I know there's a point Kathy was trying to create the whole organization and association, and they actually tried to do that. Let dancers be paid a particular amount of money and all that. And later she came out to make a video that she's actually tired because while she's trying to do this, other dancers are cutting behind the circle or behind the scene to collect money and do it at a cheaper rate, and to do this and to do that. And because of it, they are not treating them as professionals. And that is true. So then what you notice is that a lot of dancers are actually just having fun. Hey, I finished from school. I've not found any job yet. Or maybe I don't have a 9 to 5. But I need money to put together and start a business. And I can dance. My friend is a dancer. My friend is a video director. My friend is manager. Let me go on there. They dance, they become dancers. Most of them didn't actually like take time to study the business. Most of them till today don't even have contracts to enforce any of before they engage in any of their business and any of their jobs. Do you understand? And when I say I don't blame them, because dance is just beginning to evolve from being fun to being a professional. How many people can come out and beat their chest and say I'm a dancer? Like that is my profession. That is what I'm doing. I'm not doing any other thing. I'm a full-time dancer. Just very few people. But now we have a lot of them. Oh, I'm a dance instructor, I'm a choreographer, I'm a dancer, I'm a this, I'm a that. And they are being paid. So I think it's a gradual process, just like artists and music industry gradually evolved to doing this, I feel it's something that they'll still evolve to. Now, one of the things, and that kind of wanted to discourage me when I wanted to write the book. Do you understand? But one of the things that encouraged me was like, fine, if you actually evolve to this point, then we need a soft landing. Let's not be all, oh, okay, so where are we starting from? Let there be something that they can start from. The book will still have other editions because then hopefully things are going to change. Things are going to improve. So the addition and the reduction and everything has to increase as well, has to be added or removed from the book. So at least there'll be a soft landing for the industry. But it's about the industry as it is right now. They're just having fun. One of the cases I dealt with earlier this year, the guy went, they called him to choreograph for, or rather, a choreographer hired him to be a dancer for a production. And then he said they agreed that they'll pay him this amount to, that he has gone in and he has finished performing and they're not paying the amount again. I was like, okay, so what was your agreement? Did you sign any contracts? No. Who hired you, the choreographer? So you cannot even hold the artist. You cannot even hold the video director. It's the choreographer. By the time you ask every other person, they say they pay the choreographer. You and the choreographer doesn't, people don't have any agreement. So as far as they are concerned, you did what the choreographer called you to come and dance and you came and dance. So he might as well have told you, oh, I'm not going to give you anything, or I'll give you whenever I want to. So, do you understand? And then it will not hurt you. There's nothing much there to have a dance contract. That's one. Two, you make short dance videos to promote songs. You're doing it for two reasons: to drive the attention of the artist that has the song, probably to put you on the production, and also to show off the craft. It's a very good thing to do. But there's a certain level you get to at some point before you start making those videos and posting online to generate streaming numbers and more money for the artist. You should be able to have a collaboration with this artist. So at least when you to be taking your money and paying them, you're getting money or you're getting something from the artist. So it's settled behind the scene before you make an upload. So everybody can be enjoying it. You might not making anything much from it except for exposure. People are seeing you and knowing your name and all that. But at least at the same time you're gaining something from the artist. Not when you feel the artist to tell you thank you and that is it. Do you understand? I feel the industry will still like grow and evolve to that point. It's a gradual process. I'm hopeful for it. If it takes longer, no problem. We just watch it.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about this contract stuff, but you've already touched it. So some people just find this silly that, oh, for me to bring it up, it will sound somehow. We are friends, or maybe they don't have a leverage and they just need to show their faces and all that. But let's assume that, and how much would they even pay a dancer for the person to now even afford someone to draft a contract? So people about that, like, how much are they paying me that I will now go and get a lawyer to draft a contract? But just talk about what should be in a standard contract and how they can reach you if they want a contract, and if you have packages for them where they can get contracts for maybe so a dancer can have their own contract, a choreographer can have, an artist can have, those in the film industry, etc. can have those things and all that.
So first of all, there's no friend in the industry. When it's time for business, it's business. There's no friend. There's no friendship. There's nothing. Friend is friend. Business is business. The problem we've seen, me personally, I've seen both in the dance, in the music, in the entertainment industry in general, is that people bring in sentiments. There's no friendship. When it comes to exchange of money and services and products, friendship is step aside. We are doing business now. After the business, we pick up the friendship from where it is. One. Two, anybody that fights against you having a contract, there's something fishy there. I can't be bringing a straightforward business and know that everything I'm going to say, I'm going to meet up to it. And I'm against signing a contract. That contract is going to protect both of us. That contract is saying that you're going to do your job. You're going to be early on set. You're going to deliver. You're going to, if you're the choreographer, you're going to arrange the dancers. I don't have to have headache about it. You're going to arrange the dance steps, the protection, the tax. Okay, tax is usually for the producer side, but at least the transportation and other things for the dancers. Do you get? So if I don't have a contract, that means tomorrow someone can come and put, oh, I came for the production, or I did something for your company, and hey, on my way going home, because I left in the night, there was no provision of transportation. They kidnapped me. Oh, according to the law, according to provision, you're supposed to ensure that I'm safe. When that was not the agreement we reached, because maybe I'm paying you enough to take care of the hotel bill closest to the production site. Do you understand? Yeah. So people, I feel anybody that is against signing of contracts in the entertainment industry, you're giving money away for services to be done for you, and you're against signing a contract, then there's something fishy. Either you're not going to pay the person or you're not serious about the business. Yeah. Now, about those people that don't have the money to reach out to lawyers always, I will say this, and I know lawyers are going to hate me, but forgive me. I'm just saying it for the sake of the people that don't have. So it's possible for a dancer, it's very possible for dancers, content creators, these guys that are in this creative and entertainment space, that their money, why I say just them, because their money is like in and out. They are not, their source of income sometimes is not stable. They have more money than us, no doubt, but their source of income is not stable. Some months could be dry, some months could be high. And then on those dry months, if someone wants to get engaged for business because they don't have much, they're in a hurry to jump in. It's possible for you to have a contract template, which is like your standard terms and conditions. Anything extra can be completed in an email. Do you get? So if I send you a contract now and you go through the contract and you're like, okay, but in addition, or I want to change, I'm not giving you hotel. Instead, I'll give you payment, or because I'm paying you this high, I'm not going to give you hotel. Okay, I might cover injuries and all of this if anything happens on set. So just align it in the email. Sign the agreement, you accept it. It becomes binding.
Yeah.
Do you get? It's there, it becomes binding. So that is possible. Although it's advisable to always have a lawyer in your corner, if possible, have contracts drafted for each scenario. But you can also pay a lawyer to get a contract template, which you repurpose and keep using back to back, except in special circumstances where that contract has to be doctored or a lot of things has to be changed in the contract. Do you get? Now, what and what should be in the contract? Basically, your commencement, when you're starting, when you're ending, whether it's going to be an exclusive service or non-exclusive service, how long the services are going to be for, what the services are going to be for. Is it a movie shoot? Because then why it's very, very important to do that is last year there was an issue with, before Beyonce's, this her Black is King should be. The productions came out. A lot of dancers came online to say, oh, when we shot the video, we thought we were doing it for a dance video. We didn't know we were doing it for a movie production. We could have charged better. We could have asked for residuals. We could have asked for this. So it's important to put what the services are for, the scope of your services, why you're doing, whether it's for a movie, whether it's for music. So the moment it steps outside that scope, you can ask for more, you can ask for a renegotiation. Then definitely your fees has to be involved. Do you get? Now your fees are going to state whether the fees are going to be exclusive or inclusive of tax. So you know that if we say 2 million and it's inclusive of tax, you're not expecting that 2 million back. They are going to take out their tax and they'll give you 2 million. So that has to be there. It also has to be mentioned if they're going to take care of your health and injuries. Now a lot of things can happen on set. So sometimes production people, or rather the people in charge of productions, don't like tying themselves to injuries and health related issues. Instead, they pay you in your fee. So they'll tell you they'll give you a cap around of maybe 50,000 naira. Now, if it turns out that your injury costs more than 50,000 naira, it's not their problem. Because if they leave that open most times, that means whether you break your leg and you have to go for surgery, they might be tied because the injury is related to the production. So it has to be stated there. Now, if there's any provision for accommodation, feeding, transportation, in case the production is happening outside your state of residence, or your city of residence, or it's happening somewhere that is not really that conducive for you. Maybe you're staying on the mainland and the shoot is happening in Taja. I'm talking about Lagos now, the mainland and the shoot is happening in Taja. It's a very long distance. And most times productions run to like 12, 1 a.m. You can't start going back to the mainland by that time. So whether there's provision for safe food, whether there's provision for transportation, accommodation, all these things has to be stated. If there's none, these things, health and accommodation, will affect how much you're going to charge. Now, obviously, your intellectual property, which is basic. Most productions will ask you to transfer your intellectual property wholly to the people in charge. So it's left to you to decide if you want to transfer it wholly or not. If you're transferring it wholly, it still affects how much you're going to charge them at the end of the day. If you're going to retain your intellectual property, which might not be possible in Nigeria, it's a very slim case, but then it still affects how much you're going to charge them. Then definitely you should contain the representations, warranties, and if there's any restrictions of any form. Obviously, if there are any obligations tied to it, or you need to bring this to set, you need to bring this for this, you should also state that out. Then your termination should not be missing, so it doesn't last forever. Do you understand? Except if your termination is attached to your terms. So sometimes you say them of, oh, this agreement commences on the day that is executed, up to the day the production ends, or up to the day you're done with the choreography, or up to the day you deliver your clip of photography or anything. If there's a provision or there's an activity that ends it, then there might not be need for termination. But still, it's not bad to put that termination just in case the business or the relationship gets conducive for you. So you can say, oh, I'll give you 3 days notice, I'll give you 1 week notice, and I'm out of the business. Then definitely your dispute resolution and governing law provision. So that should have a standard contract. Any other thing, the way I see it, contracts, these are like the basic things that should be in a contract, but it's not all that should be in a contract. At the same time, it could be all that will be in a contract. There's no one way to the contract. Everything depends on your agreement, but ensure that these basics are laid out there, whether in your favor or not in your favor, but at least let it be provided and mentioned in the contract.
Hey, we are finished. We have finished everything. Well done, well done. So I'm going to get another question. How much? Not like happy now, because when you're saying dance in Nigeria, I'm just thinking she might be the most expensive, but for an average dancer, what is like the average amount that they get?
I can't say, but they charge a lot. And most of them now, yes. So the way I see it, same way you have the music industry, grade A dancers, and the superstars, A list artists, they are B class, C class. That's the way it is in the dance industry. So there are people that you see that they are literally in almost all superstar or A-list artist music video. Those people are living the life. Do you understand? They pay most dancers well, but at the same time, there are dancers that they pay just 50K. There are dancers that they pay 30K. There are dancers that they pay their transport fare. Do you understand? Everything boils down to your branding, the way you package yourself, your level of expertise. These 3 things are even more important than your experience in the industry. These 3 things are more important. So it's possible for you to be in the dance industry for 10 years, but if you don't brand yourself properly, package yourself well, or you have the expertise, you can dance, so you'll still be paying your transport fare to come to shoot, and you dance. And I said, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention something in the contract. Credits. You have to mention that if are going to be giving credits. So whether you're going to be giving a dancer credit or they're giving credits to only choreographers, but it has to be mentioned. So some people will say, oh, thank you for dancing. Put your name as credit. Don't worry about giving you exposure. And then they spend 10 years in the industry. But then those people that have gone out of their way, make skits, you notice that they're putting energy and doing certain things to expose their brand and to grow their brand, but they're making money. They actually do pay them well.
That's good to
It's
know.
profitable. At some point, I might just drop my dick and go and join the business.
Oh, that's so good. Talking about contracts, there was a particular girl that I saw. I think it was last year or prior year. She was talking on Instagram about being like a dancer for a particular project, and that her name was not put in the credits. That she
That's
doesn't, she doesn't
that is
understand the
for
name.
Yemi Alade, right? It was
I
a
think
Yemi
so.
Alade production.
I think
Yeah,
so.
2 years
So I
ago.
think
Yeah,
very, very, very important that they actually talk about that, because it would be so sad if you don't even charge as much as, so I'm thinking like someone that is a lawyer, if you charge
yeah,
someone and the person maybe, you can be like, okay, it's fine, you paid a lot. So but
yeah,
when out of your way to reduce costs because of whatever reason for somebody, and the person is now acting up like it's more annoying. So I can imagine if someone
yeah,
like reduce their dance fee or something in the hope of getting credit, and they don't actually get that credit at the end, maybe because it was just like a gentleman agreement and it was not written down. That would be really sad. So it's important that they
yeah.
actually do that. Nice. I'm really learning a lot to negotiate. So, what is the court that forces dance?
What is
So,
the
dance issue. What court is in charge of the enforcement of
sorry? What? I didn't get the question.
what court?
What
What is in charge of
is
enforcement of the creative works like dance, etc.
what court is in charge of what? Sorry, there's
The,
a little
the enforcement.
the enforcement. So because of the fact that I've not actually had any law case, yes, I will assume that definitely if there's any case, it falls under an intellectual property case. And what court does it go to first? So it still applies to the dance industry.
Okay, okay. So I'll ask one final question.
Yeah,
Um, for someone who wants to go into the business of dance,
yeah.
what are the avenues for wealth creation? What are the
Okay.
get money and be comfortable to get married and pay their children's school fees?
Okay, so within the industry, there's you being a dancer for like productions, both movie and dance. Sorry, and music production and any. So there's that. There's part of dance fitness. So there's an aspect of fitness industry that plays into dance, which could help as well. So there are some dancers, for example, this lady, Bumi something, I've forgotten her surname. She's also a lawyer, but she's a dancer as well. And as a dancer, she does fitness dance. She's a dance instructor and she has her fitness line. So the fitness line is more like that business is more like a fitness dance line. It's a proper attire and all this clothing that can work well for you if you're going to gym and work well for you if you're going for dance lessons and all that. So you could be a dancer, you could be a choreographer. That means you're in charge of creating dance moves and dance strategies and all that for productions and all that. You could be what? You could be a dance fitness instructor. You could be okay. You can at the same time be a dance stylist, literally. There's different just the way now you could be a dance lawyer if a lawyer entering the industry and a stylist entering the industry. So it could be a dance stylist. Dancers need to be styled as well. Do you get? You could I've mentioned dance instructor. You could be a dance instructor, both schools, both online, both people that are looking for any opportunity. You could grow a brand within the dance industry, and that brand will evolve to anything, both in business, both in bringing up new dancers. For example, the Coffee Boss brand, she does a lot of things. She does fitness, she does training, she does structure work. She's still a dancer. She does choreography work. So you easily find little parts of the industry. And at the same time, it doesn't end there. I can come into the industry and decide I want to be a dance physiotherapist. Dancers do injure them, they can have injuries and all that. Do you understand? So it's all about, if you're interested in the dance industry itself, come in and make it work for yourself. That's where I see it. So you could do anything within dance industry. You could be a dance, will I say PR or dance director. So literally you're just coming on set, tell dancers where to stay, the best angle to take for the productions to be done and all that. So just get, if you're interested in the industry, get in, make it work for yourself.
So much. So for someone who wants to come
Yeah.
into, can you say that they can come into the dance space, and what is it that they should do, like as their 1, 2, 3, if they want to come in as a
Yeah.
dance lawyer?
Or if you want to come in as a dance lawyer, ensure that you have a side hustle because the dance industry will make you hungry. That is the basic. Have that at the back of your mind. You're not coming in to make money. You see how difficult it might be making money in the music industry. Dance industry is worse because you're dealing with people that are basically just having fun and just till they have a problem or make a mistake before they actually notice. We have a lot of dance companies that are not even registered, but they're out there calling themselves dance companies, dance brand names, and all that. And when it comes to you signing contract, if you don't do a proper check, you're signing contract with an entity that doesn't exist. Do you understand? And all that. So if you're coming into the industry, ensure that you have a side hustle. Ensure that you love it because the industry will frustrate you. It will definitely frustrate you. But at the same time, it's a very fun industry. It's a slippery industry, so you have to do a lot of research. You have to be on top of your game. You should be able to learn new laws coming in. You should be able to interact with most dance lawyers outside the country. So both practice and theory parts, you're covered to an extent because you need that to enforce here in Nigeria till we have an applicable law that actually provides for dancers properly here in Nigeria. But if you want to come into the industry, the industry still is very, very new. We need more dance lawyers. I think if a new inflow of dance lawyers, or we have a serious influx of dance lawyers into the industry, it will have an effect, type of effect it had on the music industry. We have a lot of people talking about dance. We have a lot of people talking about the legal aspect of dance industry. We have a lot of people to actually teach them because I can't do that alone. There's a limit. My post, my book, and my content can go up. So no matter the people that are sharing it. So the people that can get across to it, fine. But the message will be more solidified if there are 15 people talking about it at once, or 10 people talking about it at once, 8 people talking about it against one person talking about it. So even the entertainment industry is frustrating. So it's just about everything in Nigeria is frustrating basically. If you love it, come into it, make it work for you, and you'll be okay with it. That's it. So yeah, please, we need more.
Thank you. Amanda Uzo Abba.
I'll give it to you. Try it.
Amanda Noma Uzo Abba. Okay. So this is our guest today. She's amazing. Someone saw your flyer and he was like, "Oh, you're interviewing her. She's amazing." And I was like, "Yes."
Thank you for having me.
So much for coming. Thank you that I finally got to interview you and to see you and bring and innovative posts. My God, watch that over and over.
I'll try.
There was even and then my husband saw it and he was like, "Who is that?" I said, "She's a lawyer. She's a lawyer." But like the way you've been able to be creative about passing the message is very important and very commendable.
See, law on a normal day is very boring. So the best way you can teach people that are all about fun and have short attention span is to be fun. If you're not, you might as well just be teaching the message to other lawyers. than the people it's actually targeted towards. So you just have to.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend. I know you now from your post. I know that the weekend is going to be a banger. So,
Oh, hallelujah. Amen.
all right.
Thank you for having me. All right. Bye.
Hi everyone. Thanks for joining.